Welcome to the Tattooed Truth Podcast with Anna Love, a space for embodied conversations for soul-led rebels. I'm your host, Anna Love, intuitive empowerment coach, subconscious healing guide, and no stranger to burning it all down to rise in truth. Here we dive deep into identity, healing, personal power, and what it really takes to lead a soul-aligned life. You'll hear unfiltered insights, real stories, and live coaching sessions with bold callers ready to break free and embody their next level. This is your invitation to reclaim your voice, rewire your patterns, and rise fully expressed. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Tattooed Truth Podcast. I am your host, Anna Love. Now, this episode, oh my gosh, I've talked about varying parts of this in other episodes, but we're going to pull it all together. And we're really talking about your nervous system. A lot of times we think that we're being lazy. And what it really is your nervous system is tired. So this is all about why willpower fails and regulating your nervous system changes everything. I'm so excited to talk to you today. Welcome in. If you are new to our podcast, please share this if this is something that resonates with you, if our episode today hits you or you think that somebody might benefit from it. And if you've been listening all along, I would love to hear your comments, your questions. Come find me on Instagram at iam.theannalove. So if you've ever called yourself lazy or unmotivated or even undisciplined, this is the podcast for you today. This is the episode you want to listen to because I've been there. And if I've been there, I like to say that other people are living it or have lived it in the past because we're all humans. We're all dealing with the same types of emotions. And a lot of the times we don't realize that it's the way we are programmed that is having us feel a certain way. But when we don't realize that, what we end up doing is we blame ourselves. We start to criticize and we start to call ourselves all kinds of names that aren't even true. Have you ever called yourself lazy or stupid or, like I said, unmotivated? I want you to pause and take a breath. Just take a deep breath. Because here's the deal. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay? What if your nervous system is just exhausted? Not tired, exhausted. It's been playing the same old tune, the same old record for years and years and years. So that's what it felt like for me. When I finally started to crack the code on this, I realized that this was something that I had been doing on autopilot. And I realized there's nothing wrong with me at all. So enough with the criticizing, enough with the self-blame, enough with picking myself apart. It's time to do the research and figure out what is actually going on. So this episode is like most of my episodes, it's a permission slip for you to relax, for you to breathe, for you to stop punishing yourself. And I'd love to see if this changes the way that you think of yourself. So, the lie that we've been taught, okay, especially as women, is that if you can just willpower your way through it, you're good. Has anyone ever told you that? Try harder, push harder, be more disciplined. The answer is more effort, more. Now that does work. I'm not saying it doesn't, but it's not sustainable. Okay, so it's not about pushing harder and trying harder because eventually that's going to get old and your body is going to break down. So you can mentally push yourself through, but eventually your body is going to take that effort and all of that it's been holding and say, like, I don't want to hold this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. This is too much effort, right? So we live in a culture that worships willpower. And if that were working, then there wouldn't be such a thing called anxiety. There wouldn't be burnout. There wouldn't be overwhelm. We'd all be handling things a lot differently, wouldn't we? Handling our stresses a lot differently. If that worked, I wouldn't have a career as a coach. If that worked, I wouldn't feel the need to have a podcast and talk about this every single week. So, most of the women that I meet, I don't know about you, we are not actually lazy. Okay. We're very capable. We're very intelligent. We're very competent. We're very driven. We're very self aware. And when you are of this type of woman, then you have most likely tried a lot of things. You've done the planners, you've done the journaling, you've done your morning routines, you've done your rituals, your morning rituals, your nighttime rituals, your mindset work, your affirmation cards. I haven't met a woman who hasn't done an affirmation card. You might be praying all of the time, but yet everyone's still feeling stuck. So, where's the disconnect? Or you're feeling like, okay, I've done all the things and maybe I've changed or something shifted a centimeter, but I really need more. Like, I can't take the pressure that's building up in my body. I can't take much more of living with this pressure around me, in me, on me. I've got a lot with my work. I'm just thinking of like things that women are dealing with, the family, the career, the friendships, all the things build up and it gets to a place where people just start to say, I'm overwhelmed, I'm exhausted. It feels like you're stuck, like you're lethargic, like you can't move. I used to feel foggy headed. That was the thing that I literally felt like I was in a daze and I knew that I was making mistakes and I couldn't figure out like what's wrong with me. Like there's seriously something physically wrong with me. And it was my nervous system. My nervous system was shouting to slow down, to stop. But I didn't know any other way. It was the only way forward for me. It was like that or perish, basically. It was that or die. Do this or die. And I chose to do this. I chose to be on high alert, running at high speed, even when it hurt, even when it cost my calmness and my integrity. I knew that I was so far away from my truth, but I was like, how to do it any other way, how to be any other way. Oh my gosh, I have to take another deep breath after saying all that. I felt overwhelmed. I felt that I wasn't ever keeping up with everything. It was always something that was more and more. I got to do more, be more. I got to get more, have more, do more, be more, get more, have more. It just never ended. So, if you're feeling like this, then you've also dealt with the feeling of blame. And we think it's us. What's wrong with us? Why can't I do it? Why can she do it? Look at her doing it. Look at her doing it. Looking all around at other people. But here's the truth of it. Our willpower cannot override a dysregulated nervous system. I don't care how much you want it and how much you push forward. If your nervous system is off, it's not going to be able to help you. You have to get regulated. So, what is actually happening when your nervous system is tired? It's not a mindset issue. That's why affirmations don't work. It's a safety issue. It's you feeling calm in your body, you feeling safe in your body. And when your body is asking constantly, is it safe to move forward? Is it okay? Can we navigate this together? And that's it wants to ask you that. And if you're just overriding it and you're just saying, yeah, we're good anyway, let's giddy up, let's crack the whip, then your nervous system doesn't feel safe. And it's like, okay, if she says so, but then it doesn't. Have you ever like felt one way, like someone's telling you something, but your body's like, no, that's not actually true. That's what's happening inside of you. Your nervous system is checking with you. Is everything okay? And you're like, yeah, yeah, we're good here. And we're not good here. So the body is asking, are we safe? And if you're not straight yourself, you're going to lie to yourself. And we live a lie. Most of us are living a lie. And the problem is this goes on year after year after year, and it's survival mode. So I want everyone to get to a place where everyone makes the joke like, oh, it doesn't always have to be rainbows and unicorns. But you don't have to live dysregulated also. You don't have to live in survival mode. It doesn't have to be do or die. Like that is only sustainable for a small period of time. If you have to push through something to get through it, fine. Maybe you have to go to work and you have a small cold, fine, push through. But you shouldn't be going to work for 2 weeks with the flu or something like that. So if your system has spent years and years and years doing this, all right, it is going to eventually grow old. It is going to not know how to calm down. It's going to need some type of repair. It's tired. It's tired of being the reliable one. It's tired of being when it wants to be off and you turn the switch on. You're like, no, there is no off. It's tired of holding the emotional weight. It's tired of managing responsibilities. Everything is tired. It's an old machine. It's an old system. It's an old program. But here's the deal. You get to reprogram yourself whenever you are ready. And that's the beauty of whatever it is that I'm talking about here. Whenever I talk about, and there's a buildup of like, this is so, so bad, and this is how we've been living, and this is what happens when we don't pay attention, there's a point to it. There's always another side. There's always a way out. Eventually, either you're going to break down and have a nervous breakdown, or your body is going to say, I'm done. I'll shut this shit down right now. Your body will do that for you. Or the, universe will come in and it'll shut it down for you. It'll create something that'll take you down. So either you can go that way. Some people feel like, oh shit, I'm dying, right? And then all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, what can I do? What can I do? Don't let it get to that point. Pump the brakes now. Let this podcast be your permission slip. Let this podcast be your wake up call. Your body has the ability to slow down, but you have to tell it to do that. Otherwise, it's just going to keep doing what it thinks it wants you to do. Your body is wise. It's wiser than your mind. Your mind is just chatter. Your mind is just autopilot from past programming. It's the body that matters. Take another deep breath. So, signals that you are on overload. Like I said earlier, foggy headedness, fatigue. Whenever you're procrastinating, that's a red flag. Numbness. That was another one that was big for me. Sometimes I just couldn't feel. Lack of motivation. You're not lazy. It's not lazy. And if you felt like this as a kid, and this is actually how you grew up as a kid, and then you had a parent say, you're just lazy, that is the furthest thing from the truth. So it's not about your character. You're not lazy. You're having a sign and a signal and a red flag and an SOS alert from your body going, I don't want to do this anymore. This is enough. I call a truce. Let's please stop. So let's talk about willpower a little bit more. Willpower, I touched on it earlier, it comes from the mind. So you can tell yourself anything like, we are going to push through, we're going to work harder. But action itself is initiated by the body. And if the body doesn't feel safe, it resists change, even good change. So you can want to show up and you can know what to do and you can believe in your goals. But if your nervous system is stuck in fight, in flight, in freeze, or in shutdown, then it will resist. It will try to protect you and it will choose what's familiar over progress. This is why self-criticism makes things worse because your body doesn't respond to shame. It responds to safety and safety alone. So shaming yourself doesn't help. And I know that there's some coaches out there that say it's good to feel shame. It's good to feel guilt. It's good to sit in it. My takeaway from that is that it's good to be self-aware. And nobody says it has to be perfect and rainbows and butterflies all the time. But I'm here to tell you that if you are sitting with guilt and shame, we need to look at why. What part of you feels that it needs to shame and ridicule and say that you're not good enough? It's usually your mind doing it. So there's a way to reverse that as well. If you get one takeaway from today, I want you to remember that the body is what leads and the mind is what follows. We've been taught it's the other way around. But what I'm here to say is that your body matters. Your body talks, your body screams, your body shouts, your body yells at you. It's not the other way around. So you don't regulate your nervous system after you've become productive. You become productive because your nervous system is regulated. If they could just teach us this at a very young age, my whole life would have been different had I known this at a very young age. So when the body feels that safety that it craves for, energy is restored, focus increases, your motivation becomes natural. Okay, because the word motivation is very short lived and you want to be internally motivated. That can only come when your nervous system feels safe. And your actions feel lighter. It's not just heavy to have to get up and go do something. Oh, I got to go record a COD podcast. I have to go to do this. I have to go do that. It doesn't feel like that. It feels light. It feels fresh. It feels happy. You feel enthusiastic. That's true motivation, is when it comes from inside. It's not forced from your mind telling your body, go do this. So, what can you do instead of pushing? I've been talking this whole podcast about the way that we get ourselves into trouble with this. What can you do instead? I want you to slow down and become self aware. I want you to listen and notice. Instead of asking that question, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Which I've asked myself a million times in my lifetime, try asking, what does my body need right now? Can you imagine little kids doing this? What does my body need? The other day, I worked out so hard at the gym. I was like, I'm coming home and getting in a bath. My body needs a bath. And as soon as I had the bath, then it wanted the bed. And then after that, I felt good. I felt refreshed, right? So, what does your body need? So, this is going to look like you are slowing down. And some women don't want to do that. We don't want to look like we're slow because, God forbid, we take a break. This is going to look like you creating regulation before you create your goals. And a lot of people do it the other way around. It's goals first. This is allowing rest without guilt. And this is choosing consistency over intensity. So we're not quitting. We're not giving up. We're not being weak. We are recalibrating. We're reprogramming. And this is what creates sustainable momentum. I invite you right now, as long as you can do this if you're driving, just don't close your eyes, but I invite you to just take a little inventory of your body. Notice, are your shoulders tense? Is your jaw tight? Maybe your temples are pounding. Maybe your breath is shallow. Just notice and be aware without trying to change any of it. Just notice. This isn't about changing, it's about noticing, it's about acknowledging. And that right there, the nervous system starts to feel seen, right? You're not trying to fix anything. There's nothing broken. You're just getting acclimated with safety, allowing yourself to put the body first. This is such an important episode. I love talking about nervous system regulation in this way because it's the smallest things that shift. It's the tiniest moments. It could happen in a blink. It could happen in a snap of a finger, one breath in and one breath out, and all of a sudden things start to shift. So remember, you're not lazy, you're not broken, you're not behind, you don't need to survive. This is all your nervous system's way of keeping you going. And there's a gentler way forward, one that doesn't require forced shame or exhaustion. So relief comes when you stop fighting your body and start partnering with it. So thank you for listening. Come find me on Instagram. I am .theannalove. I would love to chat with you over there, and I will speak to you next time. Love you. Thanks for tuning in to the Tattooed Truth Podcast. If this episode lit something up in you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it, leave a review, and make sure you're subscribed so you never miss a truth bomb. If you're craving deeper support, guided healing, or a space to reclaim your voice and power, check the show notes for ways to work with me. Remember, your truth is not too loud, too bold, or too much. It's exactly what this world needs. Keep showing up, stay wild, stay true. I'll see you next time.